Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Look, crazy 8th the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a duel fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sith is, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm dangerous like. Sweet to drive, hide-headed, rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. Winners will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted jewels you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically the sum made up like you define math. This crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. I'm Mary band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blur's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Blur's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blur's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company. Whew! It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury, back with another episode of Blur's Eye View. Thank you for tuning in. For those who are first-time viewers and first-time visitors of the show, thank you very much. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell on the YouTube channel. Be sure as well. We're having fun as well. Always press record TV on your Roku devices. It's also another place where you can find us. That's APR TV. Always press record. Shout out to Trey Lawson for always press record, aka APR TV. Now that all those things are out the way, one more thing. We are a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. You get 10% off your discount, 10% discount off your purchases. So just type in Blur's Eye View at the checkout for Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred box company, as you've seen in the commercial earlier today or tonight, or however you want to look at it. So without further ado, let's get this party started. My man, the shipwright, the Deacon Deadlift, Black Spartan, what's up?
I'm just hoping I stay long. I'm hoping I just stay online long enough to where Streamlabs doesn't banish me like it did last week.
Oh,
What's
man,
happening?
you were having problems last week, man.
I was fighting hard than a Tesla at a wildfire factory. But how you doing?
Keep up the fight, good people. Keep up the fight. I love to see the pettiness. Keep it up.
Shoot, pettiness. Oh, the people that are winning, the insurance companies. Oh, you have a Tesla? Yeah, we don't cover that.
Yeah.
Thanks for paying though. Thanks for paying us, but you ain't covering shit.
Oh man, what's up, Mal? Mal is in the building. What's going on, Mal? Always a pleasure to have one of the honorary members of the crew showing up and showing support.
Mhm.
We have our very own Grill of Horror. Kick my heart to the building. What's up, Lane?
Y'all have Batman on, and I have Arthur Fleck.
You know, I seen something today, and I'm always thinking of my crew, but I seen something today, and it's a blanket, but it has all horror icons on the blanket.
Oh, or there's like Jason and Chucky and Freddy and Michael Myers.
Number? How about that? Because it will be lost in the group chat, but text it to my number.
Yeah, I gotta find out where I seen that at. It was like scrolling.
I remember seeing something like that on Etsy. Somebody was putting out.
I'm sure. Because
I think I might have saw the same thing. I was thinking of Lainey. I said, the only person I know that would appreciate this would be Lainey.
And I don't know why y'all didn't hit me up. Stop playing.
I was at work. And I was multitasking, and literally, like, you forget, I'm in the Blurred Station press corps chat. I'm in our chat, and then I'm in a West Coast Avengers chat, and then people were in my ear like, I need this. Can you order this?
Yo, anybody who can double task like chats, y'all good.
I'm good with 3 because Zuri keeps me busy just playing Jungle Gym on me half the time and being nosy and pressing buttons.
Trust me, I need some time off. I looked at my wife this morning and I'm like, I haven't had a day off outside of a holiday since August.
Oh, nah.
Because I don't work holidays or weekend.
Yo,
yeah.
Mayhem needs to come back on and talk about taking your PTO and let that shit go.
I sat there, I'm like, I am tired. And that's when I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I haven't taken a day off. Jesus.
Nah.
Right.
It's coming. White's birthday is this month, so it's coming. It's coming out.
I'm about to say Mr. Obi's birthday. I was gonna say Mr. Obi's birthday is this Saturday, so I get to watch him run around Chuck E. Cheese for a couple hours.
2 or 3?
He will turn 2.
Crazy.
He'll be 2 years old since his appearance.
Oh my God. So we were in our group chat talking earlier, and a very own Lady Mandalore. I will take time off, Bama. Don't worry. It's coming. Our very own Lady Mandalore has found a hobby outside of what we already do.
I'm sorry.
She's a Lego girl now.
I love how she called it a problem. I said a problem. I said it's not a problem.
Becomes a problem when you run out of food. That's
it's a problem if you want to get. It's a problem if you want to get rid of it. It is a hobby, ma'am. You have found a positive reinforcing hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Amen.
I am also now a member of the PS5 family. I just need to go ahead and get hooked up so I can stream. Shout out to my boy for getting me. He said, hey, just give me 300, 354. I'm like, all right, kid, you got it.
Oh, shoot.
I got the dad deal.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got the dad deal.
Take the hookups where you can get them.
Yeah. It's like now I'm debating, like, do I want an Xbox?
Yes, you do.
South by Midnight getting ready to drop. I need to.
I'm telling you,
it's still on Xbox. I think it's only on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's an Xbox exclusive, and if you have Game Pass, you'll be able to play on the first day.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I got my laptop set up for Xbox game stuff.
Or if you have Game Pass PC, same thing.
Okay.
So I'm like,
He's like, let me that.
That's
my
what I.
wife was like, my wife had the nerve to ask me, "You still game?" I said, "Baby, I was born in it. What are you talking about?"
No, that means you need to take a day off to game. For her to ask that, it means you have not been gaming in a while.
I haven't gamed in a while. I haven't gamed. Let's put it like this: I haven't gamed since PS3. I haven't gamed heavily as far as consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've played online.
Okay.
But I haven't console wise. I haven't done it since PS3. I've still played. You know what? I take it back. I've played Switch several times.
Mm-hmm.
Online several times, and yeah. But outside of like owning an actual console,
all I can sit there and say is, if I ever do retire, trust and believe all those my home will still be looking like a 12-year-old's.
Thank you. Thank you. Between that and streaming, I will never be bored.
Yeah,
never.
I said, so I'm solid. I told her, the look I gave her was, you ever see that look, that meme with James Franco, and he has that look, he gets up like he's disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
Shoot, I told my wife, look, when we retire, I said, we can go travel and see the babies, but trust and believe, these hands at 80 plus years will still be handling controllers just fine.
Like, I'm still going to the Walmarts and like, they got that up. Let me go ahead and play that right quick. Where you at? Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm just.
You said, shoot, between gaming and gym, I'm good.
Exactly. You'll never be bored.
So that's why I have no worries about what I'm doing. I'm just like, and then was playing it over the weekend, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, just change the email and change the passcode if you want. And I'm like, say less. Say less. By the way, people, there's going to be. I have a giveaway that I will be doing. Not on this show. I mean, I'll be announcing a winner on this show, but we'll be doing a giveaway, several giveaways actually. Giveaways and some reviews. I have a Ozzy the Virus canvas giveaway.
Nice.
I have some stuff from Astria Legends that I will be doing reviews on and possibly be doing giveaways for the people. I'll be doing another review on Higher University, which is by our very own people. Stephanie, she's got some stuff. So I'll Higher University to be doing some stuff for that. So stay tuned for that. As we are 2 weeks out from BlurredCon, 2 weeks out.
Yep. All right.
So, I guess why not just get into it right now? What the hell? Let's do it. Let's get into it. Where are you at now? Here we go. So, as you know, Warner Brothers decided they were not going to release the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie, which is extremely odd, considering the fact that they just recently released Looney Tunes the day the Earth blew up, with hardly any promotion.
And I don't understand that why, because I heard it's good. I think
Looney Tunes films, shorts, shows, they're always good. Well.
Yeah,
because I had snuck out with Obi when we went to go see the day the Earth blew up, and if a nearly 2-year-old was laughing his ass off at Daffy and Porky, that tells me Looney Tunes hasn't missed a step. Because I'm sitting there and he's hysterically laughing at the entire cartoon. And I'm like, if a 2-year-old gets it, what's going on?
Looney Tunes like Muppets never miss.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. You can give a Muppets anything, I'll check it out. Because even though you might have a younger generation who don't know who the Muppets are.
Mhm.
If you watch some of the later stuff that they just recently did, it's a very broad spectrum of jokes that they spew out, and you can get them. You get every last one of those jokes.
Now I admit, Looney Tunes has been known to throw some adult Animaniacs jokes in there, but just one every 10. One every 10 is just a little, sachet in there. Just
and it never fails. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why they didn't release this.
Because it's Warner Brothers.
The Acme thing, and I don't understand why they didn't. And I don't hate Warner Brothers. Let's get this out the way. 90% of the projects that you have, we've seen. We were not fans of the DC universe. That stuff, that's another story. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. We've been down that road before. We're not going back. However, there are projects that you have that we very well was like, why didn't you release this, or why wasn't this promoted? And our very own Tafari TV actually had a chance to go check out The Day the Earth Blew Up, and here's his review.
As possible. 1, so it's more likely to be shared and seen by other people. 2, so the entities I'm talking about might be more likely to interact with it. 3, due to the subject matter, this is going to possibly cross the timelines of a lot of younger people, and I'm not trying to be that guy that has your parents asking, what are you watching? Go see Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up. No, it's not being talked about like it should. It's not being promoted like it should, and it definitely deserves better than it is getting right now. I went to go see it today, and yes, including me, there were only 5 people in my theater, but I also did catch a Friday matinee. Didn't even know until I got into the theater that Cinemark was even doing a promotional giveaway for this. Yes, immediately after the movie, I went and got it framed. If you're looking to do the same, it's an 11x17. You're welcome. And yes, I definitely told the other 4 people in the theater, go get yours before you leave, because they didn't know. My favorite movie of all time is Space Jam. I have both collector's editions, and I keep it downloaded on my other phone to watch whenever I fly. 2 blockbuster rentals my mom made for my 9th birthday party that kept us entertained from sundown to sunup the next day: Sonic Heroes and Looney Tunes Back in Action. And my favorite version of these characters and my comfort cartoon up until the HBO Max purge of 2025 was the Looney Tunes show. Point is, I'm a Looney Tunes fan from the day I started teething to the day I stopped breathing. And whatever it is you might like about the Looney Tunes was very much represented all over this film. Spoiler free, only referencing stuff you've seen in the trailers. Like I said, if you've seen the Looney Tunes show, it might remind you a little bit of that with Daffy and Porky's friendship and the fact that they're trying to raise money just to live and pay bills. There's a lot of clearly classic and old school Looney Tunes tropes that work their way in there that are still funny to this day. And then there's modern stuff that does work its way in. Like at one point, they're still trying to find out how to raise money for this something in the plot. And one of the jokes they make is, oh, we could become influencers. And the scene that follows actually made me like audibly laugh out loud. Another character that I feel like they forget about sometimes, but is very prevalent in this film, is Petunia. Now, obviously, as always, is a love interest for Porky, but actually plays a pretty important part of the plot. Now, if y'all could just remember that Tina exists and do anything with her, she's been trapped in the same show for like 15 years. Also, since this show, it feels like they have given Porky and Daffy this relationship where Daffy just does whatever he wants to Porky's detriment and he just puts up with it. There's a few moments in the film where they basically make both of them address how not okay that is. And of course, as you've seen from the trailers, movie about aliens, nobody wants to believe Daffy when he finds out, and nobody wants to believe in Daffy when it's time to save the world. Hijinks ensue. Overall, it's a great film for anyone to go see, especially if you have kids. It's a great Looney Tunes film that works without Bugs Bunny. And I'm hoping it gets a physical release, because if it does, it's getting added to my Blu-ray collection day one. But Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, if you like animation, if you like cartoons, if you want to support 2D animation, please go check out this movie. I've thoroughly had a good time. I think you will too.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is. Lady Mandalore. How are ye?
Hi, hello.
Hey.
Embarrassed slightly.
Uh,
I just woke up. I'm really sorry.
You know what? No, wait. You know,
I'm
you want to know how symbiotic this relationship and this crew is I knew that's what it was. What are you apologizing?
Right, what are you apologizing for?
We are folk that need rest.
Everybody sleeps.
That's now.
I know.
Mhm.
So
it wasn't planned. I blinked and I was asleep.
You did what we all did. You closed your eyes for about 30 seconds, and then 2 hours later.
2
hours?
What the hell?
As
She
an
said,
adult,
what
it's
the
like
hell?
Mm.
So we actually have the trailer for the Looney Tunes, the day the Earth blew up. We're gonna check this out right quick.
I might have to watch that.
For generations, you laughed with them. You cried with them and watched them grow. In 2025, they're coming to the big screen like never before.
Daffy. Oh, sorry.
Oh wow. Oh. Oh wow.
I barely even know you. We're not afraid of nothing. What? Here's the script. Catch up on your own time. We have to act fast, and there's only one person that can do the job. Daffy Duck. Daffy?
Oh no, not the duck!
Man.
The duck?
That's right, the duck.
You gotta be kidding me. Who greenlit this garbage?
Who's there? Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me! Oh, is it over?
I don't get. It's classic Looney Tunes.
I barely even
It's
know.
classic Looney Tunes.
Wait, no, Mumu, you muted Boo.
Sorry.
Oh, on purpose. Okay, my bad. Layla,
No,
okay,
yeah.
bye. Oh, sorry.
It's this makes no sense to me because it's to my understanding that they are losing money.
Mhm.
We know WB is losing money. They are actually banking a lot of what they need on James Gunn's Superman, which I'm sure will be swimmingly well.
Oh, it'll clean up.
I am.
What do you think, Kira?
I'm banking on James Gunn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, when you have it, don't get me wrong, definitely a sure thing, but so is this. Like,
Especially for our crowd.
yeah.
That kind of nostalgia does not go away.
You and especially when you have what's out right, what else is out right now?
Nothing almost.
Nothing, right?
You have a dead space right now that is a perfect opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Just like put it on out there, push the brand. It'll make money. It'll make money.
There's somebody on the executive board and I can't blame Zaslav for everything, although I really could because I can almost write a college dissertation on it. But anyway, you can't blame for everything just because the fact of there are other factors in mind whenever it comes to any type of product that Warner Bros. Pushing out. For some odd reason, they've become ultra conservative, even over things that will make money. Cartoons, especially kids' cartoons, rarely do badly.
Exactly.
I mean, it is rare. Yeah, Looney Tunes especially. They always, I mean, shoot, even Scooby-Doo. How many Scooby-Doo movies have we seen? And have you ever seen a bad Scooby-Doo movie that did poorly?
Exactly.
I'm not talking animation. I'm in the live actions. Like, there's like what? 4? 3, 4?
There's 3.
I think, well, it might be 3. But still, out of all those 3 live action Scooby-Doo movies, have they ever done bad?
Mm-mm.
You can never, we never heard of a Scooby-Doo movie that bombed. So again, whenever it comes to something toward the kids, it's always had success. Now, for some odd reason, and I always say Warner Bros. Discovery is just trying to offload. They're trying to offload as much as they can. They're trying to say it's almost dang near a fire sale. Like the only reason that they're still holding on to DC because DC is billions. I mean, if they sit there and said tomorrow we want to sell off DC Studios, you know, Disney is waiting in the wings like the final hand of the gauntlet is going to be complete. I will have the other side.
Crazy.
Yeah, Disney will sit there and pull with the brakes truck. straight up to Warner Bros. Discovery. How much for DC Studios? How much?
Just put that, just load that on the back there, sweet baby.
I can see it now. The mouse just runs up to him. I'm just going to sign the bottom of the check. You write in whatever number you want. No number is too high. And we'll be on our way. But for some odd reason, Warner Brothers, Discovery is just being dicks, honestly.
It's a weird thing that's going on. And even with Max, because they're part of Max as well. And they just offloaded all the Looney Tunes show from their library, which it's a server issue. We get it. We know the tech side of it. But the fact that you don't have it's gone somewhere else. Let's just put it that way. And it's gone somewhere else and to another streaming service that will not be named. That
freaking Ubies.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to me the server issue, yes, that's fine because it's only so much. It doesn't matter. It's only so much you could put in a library. It doesn't matter until they come up with an actual.
I'll be honest. I call that a weak excuse.
It's a weak excuse. Oh, it's definitely a weak excuse.
We don't have enough server space. You realize there are literally countries where you have entire warehouses dedicated to server farms that don't even house. They're not even for the country that they're in. It's like
the weaker excuse is the fact that you don't have this on Blu-ray.
Oh, that's just physical media. That's Sony. That is Sony saying. That's like when Sony, we talked about that, where Sony came out and said, "Oh, by the way, all the DVD Blu writables, we're going to stop making those." So does that count for DVDs, PlayStation, and other mediums? No. Okay. Yeah. The moment you couldn't answer that with a straight yes means that is going to be the end of Blu-ray DVDs. And again, we've seen physical media. How many times? How many people have had issues trying to order steel books or collector's items on certain DVDs right now? Writing is on the wall.
Lady Mandalore, what are your thoughts on that weak excuse, garbage, or as she would say, this is bullshit?
As far as them not having enough room on their servers,
them not pushing the promo, them shelving Wile E Coyote versus Acme.
Just say you broke. It's okay. We go through it. Just say you broke. It's all right. But don't act like I feel like they're not actually giving a reason. I think they're just saying words that maybe people won't look too deeply into. Obviously, I could not tell you what the actual. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I will say this. Where they felt at a time when they had their DC films, they felt they were on top of the world. So, je suis tigre.
Je suis tigre, mon ami. Hey! Sorry, I don't know.
When at a time, and let's look at all their so-called hits that ended up becoming failures. And it starts with BVS.
I'm sorry.
It started with BVS. Justice League, while made good money, did not make the good money that they should have in the time that they should have made it.
Over budget, under delivered.
Like, it was $1 billion film, but it didn't make the $1 billion like in that month.
Yeah.
It took.
Yeah. Did they end up like breaking even somehow with all that? They didn't really know.
Yeah, somewhat.
That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild.
It's somewhat
high.
And shout out to the crew of How Did This Get Made? They actually did an episode of How Did This Get Made on Justice League, Zack Snyder's version and Joss Whedon's version. And I listened to the whole thing, and some of the stuff they were saying, I had been saying the whole time. Zack Snyder had a 4-hour version that you could have released in 2 parts in 1 year, and you would have been completely fine. You could have done that.
I feel like the problem with letting that man do that, it would have been one of those things that never would have been done. If you split that up, he would have continued to tinker and fix and post production. And but wait, there's a director cut of part A dash 3.
And I believe you're right, because even the cut that they ended up re-releasing cost them $70 million.
I was about to say.
And this is why I sat there and said, I argued that point when I was like, if you give this man the Twilight, if you give him the Breaking Dawn experience, you're going to basically be bankrupt by the second movie.
There's that.
He's doing it with his bootleg ass Star Wars fucking movie. That shit.
Netflix is already. The thing about Netflix is having buyer's remorse right now, like most of America.
Yeah,
you sat there and gave this man a blank check, a blank canvas, executive control, and said, "Here, we're gonna do what DC didn't allow you to do. What are you gonna come up with? 3 movies of bullshit."
Secondhand embarrassment.
It started with BVS, continued with Justice League. Shazam, the first one, did well. Wonder Woman,
well. And it was good too.
Did great. Aquaman did fantastic.
Brilliant.
Okay. Shazam 2, not so much. Flash, definitely not. Aquaman 2, granted, did not. It should have done better, and it wasn't to the fault of that film, because that film is actually good.
Yeah,
Aquaman 2 is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than what we were getting.
Don't make that look here. It was.
Black Adam.
I forgot about that.
Gave false hope. Black Adam.
Look, Rock, I respect you, dude, because your workout ethic and your backstory. But, sir, a director, you are not.
He was great. He was a good pick for that role, but it gave a false hope. It gave a
you can't come out on DC Fandom talking about the shift is about to change. I'm like, sir, this ain't wrestling. You just can't. You're not gonna have next week to start all over, sir. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be horrible. And only because I said I want you to succeed, my Samoan brother, but no.
It didn't make sense. Are these movies watchable? Outside of the Flash, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Flash, the Flash, they should have pulled the plug on that one when that ship was still sinking.
Yeah, Shazam, Twilight of the Gods? I think it was called. Something of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods. There we go.
It's watchable. It's literally the same as the first one. Cut, copy, paste. It was the same thing.
Who knew Zachary Levi would go the same way as Kirk Cameron?
Nah.
Who didn't see that one coming? That was not on my bingo card.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Damn. And I like Chuck. And it was just like, damn, dude. Disappointing.
It's kind of hard to watch. Damn, it is kind of hard to watch Chuck now, knowing that. Damn.
Yeah. So, all those films. Wonder Woman did great. Wonder Woman, the second one, 84. No.
Creepy. We all saw. We all became
not
the
Uncle Ruckus eye, Kira.
We all became accomplices with acting. I think everybody had that same idea at the end of 84. Did we just watch? Yes.
Yeah.
We just watched a Law and Order episode that we can't talk about.
It was just really weird. It kept spiraling. And it just kept spiraling. And after the Flash, they were just like, it was their last go around, and that's all they can think of. Like, it was already completed. There was nothing else they could do. And they said, we got to put it out. We gotta put it. But you foregone that to shelve Batgirl. Then you turned around, you shelve what is a sure thing, which was the Wile E. Coyote versus Eyeview.
That's the problem I have with that, because Batgirl was such an original idea. And you introduced Firefly, to which a certain actor was having a resurgence, which again would have brought attention to the movie to have him play a villain after he just won an Oscar. And you had all that publicity going right toward the Batgirl movie. And someone at Warner Brothers sat there and said, nah.
Let's show it.
That's the part I'll never understand. It's like, how do you turn down free publicity? Because Brendan Fraser was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. So and so, she's a wonderful Batgirl."
We were so on board.
Yes, and you shot it down. That's the thing I'll never understand. How do you shoot down publicity toward a solid opening weekend if you decide to push it?
Yeah.
You didn't. As a matter of fact, you didn't have to give it much. You didn't have to even give it much advertisements, like you did Black Adam. You went on a worldwide press tour of Black Adam. If you had given Batgirl the same, not even the same, half of the media budget that you gave Black Adam, you gave Batgirl. Batgirl would have done Black Adam 5 times over.
Yeah, and they trashed it, and so then this is why this didn't make sense. You shelve Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, but you soft release Looney Tunes the day the Earth blew up,
and watch it do numbers, and watch it do freaking numbers. And Warner Brothers was like, "Oh, well, we always had faith." No, you didn't, motherfuckers.
No, it's
is it out? It's out now, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's out now.
Is it actually doing? I'm not going. Don't. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
It's still what's today? Tuesday.
Yeah, it's only been out. It's only been out since this weekend.
Yeah.
What else is out?
Nothing.
And I'm still not going to see it. I'm just saying. I'm on top. I don't think this movie is going to do as well as y'all hope. We
would hope it would do well, but if it doesn't, we can say literally, you did not push this. I'll promote it.
I'll put it this way: anything over a month, if it's been out, I think the movie cycle is 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. But
it is now.
anything over, let's just say anything over as far as animation. Let's just say anything over 75 million. So if it did 75 million within 2 weeks, that's not bad. Versus other movies that don't even break 50 or 20. But again, like we were saying at the beginning of this, it's kind of difficult to find a Looney Tunes animated movie when released that does poorly.
Well, here's the thing.
Hard to find.
They're not giving it a lot, because even in my area, you only have like anywhere between 3 and 4 showings per theater. That's it.
Ooh, I have one.
Like I'm looking at one tomorrow. It's
That's
3.
wild. That is wild.
What's going on, you sexy beast, you?
That is absolutely insane.
Yep.
That they were.
Oh, the day the Earth blew up is getting is getting pulled on Wednesdays. Only 6 days in theater.
And then not only that, they're not even giving.
They set that up to fail.
Nights. Yeah. Because again, we're talking about this not only appealing to kids, this will appeal to adults. I don't even see a listing on a Saturday after 5 o'clock.
No, they're pulling the movie.
They are pulling
the movie on Wednesday.
See, that's crazy.
Well, I guess it's gonna be on Max now.
Yeah, no, what's crazy is
not even that. They're done with the Looney Tunes stuff too.
Yeah, because they pulled their Looney Tunes library.
So domestically, to kind of give you guys some numbers real quick. Domestically, it's like 3.5 million. Worldwide, it's over 6 since last week. Which again isn't bad.
Nobody's going to see, dude.
But it's not. I agree with you, but like we said, they didn't have faith in it to actually advertise it. That's the crazy part. Because had they did it, and now like you said, they're pulling it. That just goes to show you that Warner Bros. Doesn't care.
This is not the movie to die on a hill about. I'm a fight y'all on this one. Not a Looney Tunes movie.
They don't have it. They have it here. They have it where I'm at, but it's just not a lot of showings.
Right. Go ahead, Kara.
This is not a movie that I'm excited to see. I think they're
it's
right
not so much.
about
It's not so much the excitement. It's that it's a Looney Tunes film, so it's just like if you promoted it. We're not talking Deadpool, Wolverine level promotions. It's just your simple movie promotion. You would have gotten a decent crowd to check it out. Having it show up until at least 7, maybe okay, because guess what? It's a family film. People are going to take their kids, so 7 will probably their cap. 5 o'clock is probably the best cap because kids, so. But you're not worried about showing it in the 3D format or 4DX format or anything. It's a standard format film. Just show it up to your 7 o'clock run. Push it at that. Give it a decent promotion and call it a day. It's not. Are we looking at billions of dollars? No.
But matinees would kill off this, especially taking kids during the day or midday. They make killing off this.
I still think our crowd would kill it too one night. I do.
Big time.
You figure what, 70 million at best?
Yeah.
I think that's rational.
If it was
nostalgia.
If it was pushed correctly, I put it like that.
When Space Jam came out, that nostalgia, that was the introduction to it. So anytime there's a Looney Tunes movie that makes it to the screen, people are going to flock to it because they want to feel that nostalgia. Let's face it. How many productions have you got out here that make you genuinely feel like a kid again, instead of trying their best to make you feel like you're going to leave and be an adult all over again? You're just watching a big ass commercial.
Yeah, I mean that's what Space Jam 2 was like.
Warner Brothers.
Whatever Space Jam 2, the story with LeBron James and everything else, I wasn't even looking at that. I seen when the big game went down, I seen nothing but a huge WB character promotion. Every character that was cartoon, horror, live action, whatever, just in the background. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's literally like watching Ready Player One.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I love that movie and love the book, by the way. If y'all haven't read Ready Player One, you go check it out.
Yeah, so it's just like you're looking at all the Easter eggs. That's it. And like you said, Navy, it's the nostalgia. So it would have made some money. It's not, we're not looking at $1 billion or anything. Just whatever a standard animated film would normally make, they would have been fine. Like the Wild Robot made decent amount of money with a soft push.
Oh well, dang, they're not that bad. $15 million budget, so they're gonna break.
Yeah. So
$15 million budget on that movie.
They're being pulled tomorrow. Kira said they're being pulled tomorrow. They ain't breaking.
Well, maybe in her area, because I know in my area,
No, this is like news. I'm not. This isn't for me. My theater's still gonna be showing it at least on Thursday. From as far as I'm looking.
Oh, you missed it.
The gesture was everything. Your Mac is trying to be intelligent like you. Rock on, dude.
But even looking at the listings here, like I'm very much for the cartoons. I love me a good cartoon movie. I'm not checking for Looney Tunes. I'm very sorry. There have been a couple of movies that have left a bad taste in my mouth, and not seeing this trailer, I'm not sold on putting my $20 into another Looney Tunes movie.
I'll see it matinee.
$20? I haven't paid $20 for a movie in years.
Fine, I'll go see a matinee with who? My kids are in school. Hold on. No. My kids are in school. I'm not putting my Saturday on the line for that. I have, let's see what it's going up against. I would. You got Novocaine, you got Mickey 17, you got Opus, you got what? Captain America's still out if you want to do that. And it's been I'm only saying that because it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been over a month. Yeah.
Yeah, but your face is very descriptive when you mention certain movie titles. So let's see.
I know because it's been a couple. It's like, all right, I already seen it. I'm moving on to the next thing. But I'm not giving my $20. I'm not.
That's why you pay. That's why you pay $5 where I'm at. That way, I've only lost $5 if I'm not.
Well, here's
on a Tuesday, right?
You can come here and spend
every day,
and I'll spend my $5 where you are.
Well, then I'll invite you to come down and spend the $5 here with me. That's all right. It'd be $10 for two people.
I'm in the movie club. I probably paid no more than $2 on a free ticket on top of that. So,
Right.
I would have been fine. So, but see, and then if you couple that, like we said, like Captain America's only been in the theater 4 weeks. What's everybody banking on? Oh, it's got to make its money in the first weekend. Whose fault is that? COVID. And they shut everything down, and then they did soft openings, and now what was considered a 3-month run for most films, maybe 4, depending on how popular it is, has been cut down from a 4-week run or 4-month run to a month and a half at best.
It's interesting to see. I watched the Academy Awards, and I'm still recovering from that stupidity. Where the majority of the movies that were up for the Academy Awards, I never saw a single push for it. Never saw advertising for it. Never saw any type of hype, no type of promotion. But you guys, what? And I look at this now. The whole culture of movies, especially cinema releases, is gone downhill because people gotten lazy. They have relied on streaming services to be the ones to push. Oh, if it's not a movie for longer than 2 weeks, okay, we'll put it on Max. We'll put it on Disney. We'll put it. No, I like leaving my fucking house. I like leaving my house. I like to get out, sit in a theater, bring me food, bring me beverage. I want to feel served. Let's go. Start movie. Shut your kid up.
You have mead.
Shut the fuck up.
I want mead.
But who do you blame though? It goes right back to Warner Brothers for making that deal. To where movies that were going to be seen in theaters were going to go straight to streaming. So what a lot of people
do that too?
Huh?
Didn't Disney do that too during COVID too?
No,
Disney didn't.
Only Warner Brothers was the only company that made that deal. Disney sat there and said with Marvel, until that movie is out of the movie cycle, and then a couple more weeks, then it'll be on Disney Plus. Disney was like, no, we're gonna make you wait. If you did not go to the movie theaters, you will wait to see said movie.
Wait. No, that's not true. That's not 100% true.
Which
because
movie?
They did that
Black
with
Widow,
Mulan. They said if you want to stay at home and watch it, you're gonna pay $30.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes.
She's right about
paying $30.
Yeah, so that's right. But you paid the full price to Mulan while it was in the movie theater.
Black Widow. There's a couple more.
Black Widow, Mulan, and it was Elemental.
Yeah.
Elemental was another one.
Yeah, but those are all full price movies that you literally paid on top of your subscription to watch it at home.
Oh, no.
That's the crazy part. They basically for a lot of people direct TV their ass to literally say, hey, we're already paying you, but unless you want to watch it from the comfort of your own home, you have to pay the movie price to watch on your TV through your internet service just to avoid going to movie theaters.
They don't want to touch grass.
Pretty much.
And that's a shame. Now, once again, factors aside, if you are a family of 4, it costs quite a bit.
Yeah.
We're not going to, it does.
Shit, if you're a family of 2, it costs quite a fucking bit. Shit.
Yeah.
If you just a person on one, nigga.
I can't speak.
I'm telling myself, let me eat before I go over here because
wear a jacket with pockets.
Honey, go get your pregnancy purse, and we gonna go to McDonald's, and you gonna load up before we go to this movie theater because they ain't gonna check your purse.
Hey, Navy. I seen a video it's funny you say that. I seen a video the other day. I found out there was a dude there and he had a whole hot dog hack, and I said that's fucking brilliant.
It works. Heck yeah. Use
don't-
all
You
the
want to know?
boxes.
You want to know what it is, Lady Mandalore?
I
You want to
don't-
know that
You want to hear
I-
this?
this,
My
this was a
curiosity-
brilliant hack. This
It
was a
really was.
brilliant
You
hack.
want to hear this? This was brilliant.
So he made the hot dogs, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He took all the buns out, put the hot dogs in the buns, and put them back in the hot dog bag, tied it up, and put it on and hooked it on the inside of the pan.
All right, I'm going.
That is freaking genius.
Brilliant.
See,
That is genius.
Brilliant.
He kept the hot dogs moist and steamed, and nobody at that is freaking brilliant.
nope.
And they had
Nobody
jackets.
asked no
I said,
questions.
this is brilliant.
You have cooked your own stuff, put it right back where it was, carried it into the theater. All you need to do is get your
everybody else, like one dude took a whole box, a large pizza, and kept it in the box and put it in behind this thing and act like he had a crutch and was walking with it. I was like, dude, I see the box outline. Use a Ziploc bag, man.
Let me tell you, they don't care. Nobody
They don't. They
cares
really don't.
anymore.
They
They
really
will
don't.
let you walk in straight, raw dog it. No, pause.
That is
They
not
will
true.
let you go in.
That was
That
not
is true. I went to a Regal down by me, and they the only one that ever did it. They searched my bag. That is not true. I looked at them, I said, "Listen, I have some Dominoes in here. Please just let me go." Because that's the only thing. Yes.
Hey, wait, you can wait.
They don't care.
Look,
I'm telling you.
wait, hold on. Wait.
It depends on the theater, because some of these theaters they got some overzealous security people.
Look,
Unless, you know,
Lady
wish.
Mandalore can appreciate
wish.
this. Lady Mandalore can appreciate this. You can do like Charlie and sneak in spaghetti.
Who?
again?
What you need? Nah, baby. I had a whole platter of chicken parmesan with extra cheese and pasta. What do you mean?
Wait, you ain't just gonna sashay past that. You ain't gonna sashay past that.
She's told us this before.
I have.
I've done
Absolutely.
that. I was on, what?
With
How'd you
great
sash
reckless
past that?
abandon. Hi, here's my ticket. I'm going upstairs. I'm not hiding from whom.
No, you good. Nah, you
Whom? What are you gonna do?
You did
What are you? How much they pay you? You want some of this? I know you hungry. You can't afford this. You want some?
You good.
Ain't no way, bro. Stop.
I'm trying to picture Kira
It comes in a foil tin, so it's not hard.
just literally
Not
walking
hard.
past. And okay, maybe I'm amazed.
Here, I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
I'm amazed.
Can I say that I brought in a 20-piece nugget meal into the theater in a jacket, and the barbecue sauce was in my sock.
Look,
So
look. During this,
it
during
worked.
the
Don't
winter-
yell at me.
During the cold months, my jacket is. This is why. During the cooler months, I'm like Yelena. I wear a coat with a lot of pockets. I'm just like,
I
look at all these cool pockets.
See, y'all guys walked in. I just used my wife's. I told my wife just to bring out her purse. She's small. She's short. She looks highly agitated. Nobody's gonna stop her.
And see, nobody checks around here either. But you know, these teenagers don't give a damn. They're just
They
like,
don't. That's what all I'm saying is they don't care. They want what you got.
Theater 4 is on the right. Have a good night. Thank you. Enjoy the movie.
Just don't leave it in the seat. Don't be an asshole about
I'm
it.
just trying to really think about Kira walking in there with a full pack, straight past.
With a fork and a knife and a whole ginger ale. What, sir?
To all
Why
of
are
you,
you mad?
I'm not calling you. Kira. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying the visual of it all.
Wait. So when I mentioned Charlie and the Spaghetti on Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they were going to a movie theater, and he was eating spaghetti going in, and the theater patron was like, "No, you can't come over here." He's like, "Why?" He was like, "Because you're bringing outside food in, blah 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 blah." And so he's like, "All right." So it's Charlie. He isn't really thinking it's food, but he takes it because it's inside of a foil, like a foil pan.
Mm-hmm.
He just folds it up, and he tells Dee, "Here, hide this in your purse." And she's like, "Why?" He's like, "No, it'll be cool. I got rid of it, and then just take it in and eat spaghetti." And it was a big deal. And I'm like, you know what? People give Charlie shit, but he was smart.
You're not stopping me from seeing this movie. I will get my money back, or
they're not stopping me from eating and seeing this movie.
correct.
I'm just trying to figure out how movie. I'm trying to figure out movie theaters have not figured out that your food is not good enough or too high enough.
Like I'm not leaving my trash behind. Let's be honest. I'm
yeah. Now you're right. I won't be a dick and leave it. I won't be a dick and just leave it on the floor of the theater. No, but if I paid for some Five Guys and I'm gonna go watch a movie, yeah, I'm gonna be watching the movie eating Five Guys, but I'll make sure all my trash is in your convenient little dumpster at the end of the hallway.
See, I can't eat Five Guys in the theater because I know I won't get to see the rest of the movie. As soon as that burger hits and it hits properly, I'm all systems shutting down all systems. You are now in standby phase. Please enjoy the end credits. What the hell?
I just didn't remember what movie I snuck that goddamn pasta in. I think it was a good movie too. I was happy about it. I was very content.
I can't say anything. The guy I will give credit to. I don't know how he pulled this off. This man brought in about a good. I don't know what those things are called. Those warmers that you bring food in to keep warm. The delivery guys always have. Anyway, the guy had nothing but baby back ribs in it, and he was selling them in the theater.
Okay,
hell yeah.
Now there's decorum.
Oh, hell yeah. Entrepreneurship lives on, ladies and gentlemen.
That's crazy.
But I kid you not. This thing, it would look like a back. It would look like a backpack on me. And old boy came right on in there, right? This was Infinity War because me and my siblings all went. He came on into the movie theater, right? He set it all down. All you hear is, I got ribs for 10, ribs for 10. Everybody's like, ribs? He pulls it out, and the smell just wafts through the movie theater. You smell nothing but mesquite barbecue, and everybody's looking around like, who the hell got ribs? He is down there at the handicap side, the open space area. This fool has set up a little table, and he is handing out plates of ribs, and people are paying him. This man had to make it this 200.
This falls in line with the Wakanda Forever premiere. That I still don't know what theater that was at, but they practically had a repass at the theater.
I believe it.
I shit you not. They had the warmers, they had the chicken, they had the green beans and mac and cheese. I'm like, they had a whole repass at the theater. I'm like,
yo, so imagine
if it's the aesthetic, we know what we
you know what? They did that here. I wouldn't say Wakanda Forever in my white suit. My friend Ashley, amazing. Caramel Nerdsicle. If you ever want to get a chance, check out her crazy.
Oh yeah, Ashley's silly.
So Ashley and I went and we were regaled in white, and we walked up in there and they're like, Your Majesty, would you like to be part of the refreshments prior to entering into yonder for entertainment? I said, absolutely. And they had a spread right there. If you wore white into the theater, you had access to that. People were pissed.
See,
and I look good, damn it. I look good.
I'm just saying, you can look. The things that if you creative, you can make money at a movie theater. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the ribs though, bruh.
I ain't gonna lie. I got 2 plates. Them ribs were freaking good.
Here. I just pretend.
You know this is why they didn't listen to us, right? You know that's why everybody didn't listen to us.
Look, I'm sorry, man.
Wait,
I was hungry, and it was a long walk back to the concession stand. That man right there had a hell of a sales pitch.
They may not have listened to us because of that. However, we're full. I'm not. We ain't good. Our pockets are free.
Y'all right.
Nobody had to die.
Nobody had to die. I mean, everybody's full.
It's like, how much for a large popcorn? I'm good over here,
$16.
baby. I mean, ribs.
Especially,
I ain't even got to take these kids nowhere afterwards. They about to go to sleep right now.
That is a well kept secret, bro. We are still trying to figure out how the ribs got up in there, and there wasn't.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I did not see old boy go in there. I wish I did. And the messed up part is, we had to go see the movie theaters as part of the mall. So he had to walk into said mall with said backpack through security checkpoints because we have curfew because knuckleheads be doing stupid shit. So after a certain time, you got to be in there with a parent. But this fool, backpack and all, like I said, straight through, no problems, sat down right at the end, set up shop, left with an empty ass bag and a pocket full of money.
He knew somebody there. Had to.
Facts.
Exactly. I was just thinking that.
I just wish I saw it from beginning to end. I just want to see the whole process.
He probably did if he had to give up half to whomever let him in. Half the profit. 50%. I'll let you in. I bet. Cool.
That'd be a good lick though for 20 a plate. That's a nice little lick for 20 a plate.
That part.
Jesus.
I was with it. So I'll take it.
I wasn't complaining. Them Memphis style ribs were good though. He wasn't kidding about fall off the bone. Now whoever does a turkey leg in the movie theater, now you a genius.
Stop.
No, I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying that's an idea.
Plenty of peg-legged people. I'm pretty sure somebody will make it happen. Put that shoe on there. There you go. Put a sock in the shoe. You can make it happen. Just hook it in the leg. Okay. Wrap some duct tape around it.
But
just lean on your good leg. That's all. Just lean on.
But you are right. There are some people at the movie theaters that just don't care. And I'm like, just imagine that someone's just setting up shop in a movie theater. You're passing by and you're supposed to be police and you smell all this stuff and you're like, it ain't worth it. just keep walking. It ain't worth it. It is not worth this. It is not worth this $9.50 an hour. Just saying though. But damn, now I'm hungry.
That's your own fault, sir. That's your own fault.
I made me think about them ribs too. Like, God dang, now I'm hungry.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we are going to do a recap of Daredevil Born Again episodes 2 and 3.
I haven't seen it. Don't yell at me. Life.
Well, yeah, I forgot.
I was in Vegas.
Life has been handing.
Sir, you had to.
Speaking of black eyes and having fast hands, the Navy has been dodging a lot of fast hands. So.
Oh, and I did touch base with Nikki Renee in Vegas. She was in town for an anime con, so I'm kind of mad I missed out on that.
Damn you, Nikki.
This is why, sir, you are okay. The fact that also you had Janelle Monáe in the palm of your hands. We understand.
Yo, no, Kira was there too. She was chatting with her. So
hey, no.
Reverend, we got the picture now. We got the picture, and I will bring it up every chance I get. I got the picture of you and her.
I promise. I got the smooth brush off, my guy, compared to you.
Oh my gosh.
Smooth.
Really? It was the beard. It was not my fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Denzel came in there. Denzel came in there and like, So, my dear,
if that wasn't a Mo Better Blues moment, just she said that right listed.
Really? Oh gosh.
Oh no, Ray Charles with the wrists.
Maybe you got their attention.
We'll be right back.
I hate y'all so much.
Let's reach out one time.
Blurred's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company.
to get
All right,
beautiful.
we are back, and there is nothing like having a blind lawyer whoop your ass and still see you in court with no questions asked.
Speak to you
Hey,
normally.
hey, Laney.
Laney, we can hear you. We
Around
can
Laney.
hear you.
Laney, put it.
Laney.
There you go. All
There
right,
you
cool
go.
beans.
You're amazing and we love you. However, that's scary. Don't get
Mhm.
it.
Oh, she had the mama voice on full blast.
I felt it. I just got it. It's like, oh.
All I heard was death and God of War drums. So somebody's in trouble.
So, episodes 2 and 3 of Daredevil Born Again premiered. Are they doing 2 episodes tonight? I can't remember. I know they got another Tuesday where they're doing 2 episodes.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know right now. Hold on.
But you gotta say the gang is back. This show has not disappointed me since it's one episode was set. This show has not disappointed me in the fact that everything that they're doing is they're back to form.
Yep.
Number one, I didn't know it was 10 years since the last one.
Oh wow.
I said you're lying. You're lying. There's no way it's been 10 years.
It feels like it's been longer.
It has felt like it's been longer when you sit back and say it's been 10 years. No, it hasn't. They got canceled like 3 years ago. What are you talking about?
Wrong answer, ladies and gentlemen. Wrong answer.
So
when you say time is a construct.
I swear, 2020 was a son bitch, and that's whew. But
right,
going into episode 2, which is right after the whole thing with Foggy, spoiler alert, and everything that's going down, this is more of a setup for Wilson Fisk and everything he's doing. And I'll be damned, you know, as much as we know what the Kingpin's about. However, he's using. At first, it seems like I need to be on the straight and narrow. He's trying to get away from that life. You know, he mentions that he's been pretty much stabbed in the back or shot in the face before, and he wants to go that straight arrow route. However, he has told Matt in a nice little coffee session. Yeah, don't put the suit back on. Else that's your ass. Which he's like, if you do put it back on, I'm coming for you.
In the most nicest, threatening way possible.
Yeah. So, but he also uses some of his street knowledge to get things across, which, in a sense, being in a politician's role, is that so surprising?
Suits him like a freaking glove, don't it? I love the. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to actually go to you first anyway. So, starting with episode 2, we're not getting to 3 yet. Start with episode 2. What was your thoughts? Like, what were some moments that like really kind of stood out, and you were just like, "Damn, okay, we here now."
Oh, where it's funny where the assistant tried to tell him about optics. I'm like, he understands optics very well, but I love how he uses two ways to actually explain how you use optics. First one was the pothole. He's like, why y'all guys over here? Why don't y'all just fill this up? Oh, well, you know, red tape, all this stuff. Well, red tape approved. I'm the mayor. Guys go over there, fill it up. What does he get? Half of New York is watch this man go over there and literally supervise getting a pothole filled up. And he goes to the girl, goes to the assistant, says, "Is that what you mean by optics?" And she's like, she nods her head. And of course, the second one, good old police chief, decides he wants to quit and says, you know, me and so-called all these squad, we're all going. So, you know, I never liked you. You're always an animal. You're never gonna be the mayor we want you to be. What does he do? Gets New Wesley to smooth slide him a nice little photo and says, I don't think you want this to be out. So we're just gonna pretend that you never sent me this resignation letter, and you know, about your pay, about your overtime, about your new recruits. Yeah, no. And he's like, well played, motherfucker. And he moves on. So those two things, where it's funny where they're trying to tell Fisk about the importance of optics. And I just want him to sit there and go, you do know I am the kingpin, right? I was like, if I breathe, somebody in Queens gets shook. You understand the level of power I have. But it's funny where he kind of takes this subtle approach to like, I know what you want. I know you're here for no reason, but I got it. That kind of thing.
It's funny how he uses that. Because he learns quick. He catches on extremely quick. He's no slouch, when it came to that. And he's like, he's used to just, I say it gets done, boom. And that's how I was when I was in the streets. Now I'm in the public eye. What do you mean optics?
I do miss when I was the boy. I do miss when I was the boy monologue though.
Yeah. So he was like, he said, he was like, just like you said with the pothole situation. I said nothing. Everything he said wasn't wrong. He's like, the guys are saying, yeah, we're waiting on this red tape to clear. He's like, you know what? I'm the mayor. Go ahead, fill it up. Because he's right. It's gonna come to him eventually. Just clear it out now. We'll worry about the BS later. It needs to be done. Let's get it done. And he happened to notice people were there because he's there. So they pulling out their phones. And he's like, work it in my favor.
Pretty much.
It's working in my favor. So hey, at which point I'm like, he's realizing the tactics he's used to move in the underworld are pretty much the same tactics he can use in the public eye as a public servant, so to speak.
I don't know what you mean.
I would venture to say much simpler because he literally has not had to pull a trigger on anybody yet.
That part. That part.
Yeah, it's y'all making shit way harder than it needs to be. Get the shit. You gonna get paid one way or the other, right? Get this shit done. Let's go. What are we doing?
I just love the fact he gets a new Wesley, but we can't call him Wesley. I keep on calling him New Wesley. His name is something else, but I'm like, dude, you Wesley. Yeah. You basically just slid into the position of the right hand man. That's all you are.
He's so known. Tony Soprano.
You are the new Wesley.
Yeah.
My name is. Your name is Wesley.
I wondered how they were going to do since Ben Urich passed was unceremoniously taken out in the original series. It was cool to see that his daughter, I think it's his daughter, BB takes it over, and I'm like, okay, this can work. This can work, and he's using that.
Wait, no, his niece. It's his niece.
That's his niece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Niece, not daughter. I'm sorry.
It is. Okay. And he's using that to his advantage as well because he sees something. He's like, she's very much a person that really is going to go for her own self. She's like her uncle, so he's like, but I can use that. Before when it was Ben, I need you to stay out of my business. You're messing up money. You're doing things I can't have you doing. You exposing things you ain't got no business exposing. This time around, he can use her skill set to his advantage and say, you know what? If she sees that I'm handling business, she's not going to have any choice but to present that positive side of what I'm doing. I'm making sure stuff is getting done. You can't find any dirt on me. The stuff that Vanessa is doing, he's kept it so far from he said, no, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what she's doing. And the stuff that's going on with me and my wife, we're practically separated, but working on a marriage. So I don't know what she's doing. So he plausible deniability pretty much.
Yep.
So I like where they're going with it. Go ahead, Lady Mandalore.
I'm very curious about this dynamic between his Vanessa and him. I can't tell if she's fully out of the underworld or not.
I don't think she is.
But
I think she has. When it comes to Vanessa, Fisk is gonna fold like laundry. That's what it is.
I don't know about that. She fucking up with his plans. He has a plan, and she keeps trying to do what she was left to take care of.
You saw how quiet she got when he was like, "I'm not here to replace you, but what I'm trying to do, what's going on right here, cannot be connected to me in any way." You saw how quiet she got. She's like, "I'm not trying to replace you. You can still do whatever it is you're doing, but it can have no ties to me whatsoever." So Vanessa still wants to still keep her role, but old boy's like, "I want my wife. You can be Kingpin. I just need the wife back."
I don't think he's saying that. I think he's saying, "Bitch, stop it. Like you are attached to me. Like you cannot touch. You can't touch that at all."
He's saying the thing, what you're doing can't come back to haunt us. Because it's like especially the thing in episode 3 about that situation where she decides to make that decision and he's looking at her like, "That's something I wouldn't have done, but I understand why you did it." Because in his mind, he's like, "Why am I doing this? I'm going to do the old-fashioned way. We're going to just express ask you elevator to the Hudson River." But just saying.
It's just some of the things that you could tell he's trying to move the right way. However, he's using some tactics from his old ways that can benefit him. Anybody would. If they were smart, anybody would do that.
Yeah, Looney.
I honestly see him as Trump 2.0 in a sense. Like he feels like he's the one that can do everything right and only he can do. That's number one. Number two, didn't he put the hit on White Tiger?
No, we don't know.
We don't know. Well,
I don't
know yet. We haven't gotten to that one yet.
Heavily implied.
I may have overstepped my bounds when I said that. I'm assuming
we didn't get to episode 3 yet, but
okay, never mind.
We just know that he's setting up this anti-vigilante campaign. And he's
but that's to protect himself. Yeah. I don't think it's really to protect the city. That's just really
no, not at all.
Oh no. That's vendetta action. That's what that is. The fact that he says the man that has horns on his mask, a guy that's running around like a spider, and he has a vendetta. So that's a revenge tactic. He's like, if I can outlaw these people, and he's using the fact that I've been harmed by a vigilante. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. There's pieces of him is starting to, the old hymns is showing up.
The old hymns.
The old hymns. Because you can't keep that son of a bitch down long.
Old hymns.
It's what he is. It's when he has so much opposition, and like I said, that's a job that's going to have a lot of pressure.
And at the same time, you have folks sit there saying you will never be. It's like going back to Police Chief when he had to sit there and say you're never going to be Mayor Kingpin. When you're getting references back to your old self and you're trying to change, it's like, see, why you maybe go back to the old me?
I wasn't trying to do this. I wasn't trying to be here. This is not what I was trying to do, and you making this at. Now, in the meantime, why he's dealing with the stuff with Vanessa and dealing with being a mayor and everything else, Matt is actually has Hector on trial, who's the White Tiger. And I can't remember the actor's name, but he actually has passed away from cancer. So he wasn't going to be in the series long anyway, considering how everything has been set up in the first place. But he's dealing with trying to clear his client, make sure he's like, hey, this dude did not kill a cop. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. This was completely a complete accident. So he sends Cherry out to do the job. Find out what you can about this guy, which this part was weird. You and the DA go to Hector's house, talk to his wife, and Cherry just freely starts walking around the apartment and finds the white tiger outfit. And I'm like, dude, like, I just thought that was weird that he could just freely do that. Like, mind if I look around? And she's just like, yeah. Huh? That's odd to me.
You just said it was the DA. That wasn't the DA. That was his defense
A partner. Yeah.
That was his attorney. That to me made sense because that's his attorney.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Well, Cherry's not the attorney.
But he's working with
But he's
her.
part with the team. He's part of the team.
He's working with her. He's the right guy. So that makes
And
sense.
I just thought it was weird that he would, can I look around? What are you looking around for? I just that part of it I found weird.
Black radar that's ticking in.
Yeah.
The black boat wouldn't be like, why are you looking at my house?
And why didn't you just call me down to your office? Why are you in my house in the first place?
Yeah.
We already know that white radar isn't always working properly.
We ask questions. We got questions.
Hashtag FAAFO.
So, but Jerry finds the mask. He finds the outfit of the white tiger, and he doesn't bring it into Matt, but he does bring it into Matt. You don't physically see him bring it in, but he does inform Matt about this. The meantime, Matt has found out about the two cops that were involved with the original thing that got Hector locked up in the first place, or on trial in the first place. And he traces the one that's still alive because, he traces him. He just kind of follows him. And he gets back to the person that Hector was trying to save, and he took off in episode 1. He found him. He found the witness. He found the apartment and everything else. So he's telling him, hey, you got to get out of here. You should be here. And he can hear the cops coming. He can hear the two guys coming. They're not in cop uniform or anything else. That's his name, Kamar De Lo Reyes. That's his name, Kamar De Lo Reyes. Thanks, Mal. And he says, you got to go. You need to leave. And he tells him to go meet his partner, Cherry. He says, go meet him at this warehouse, blah, 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 blah. He'll take care of you, blah, blah, blah. Cop shows up. And they try to put it down, and Matt's trying to play the role because, technically, yes, he's blind, but they don't know anything else. They just figure he's blind. But they use the bullying tactic. Mm-hmm. At which point, Matt whoops their ass. There's just no other way to put it.
So would you say they used it or they tried to use it?
They tried to use it. They tried to think, oh, he's blind. We'll just beat him.
They're going to kill him.
Yeah, they were going to kill him.
They were laying hands on this blind man for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
He was really blind. This would have been a hate crime on some level. That is terrible. It is terrible.
When he whoops they ass. I was like, yeah, that's pent up frustration, ain't it, Matt? Go ahead. They was wrong.
Kick him in the ding ding. That's what we did earlier. Several times.
At which point I thought he actually broke the one guy's neck the way he.
That's what I thought. Yes. That's what it looked like.
Yes.
Your neck ain't supposed to bend like that when you standing on your neck.
Yes. Yes.
There's some flexibility in the Marvel universe.
It's gonna be sore in the morning. And then we go into episode 3. And they have the witness on the stand. Mind you, these people are trying to kill the witness that Cherry has. And they got him in his van and everything else, but they gave everybody the slip because when they stopped him, the cops stopped him, and Cherry shows his badge because even though he's retired, he's still cop mode. And he shows his badge, and the cop says, "Get out the car." And he gets out the van and checks the back of the van. There's no witness. They already gave the cops the slip to get him to the courthouse. One, on time, and 2, safe. So he gets there. Problem is the witness folds. the witness folds, and the fact that he folds, that throws the entire case out the damn window. At which point, Matt has no choice, which I thought was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That he uses the whole white tiger angle. He was like, "Are you the white? So you mean to tell me you're not the white tiger?" He basically just airs him out, and I'm like, "Damn, it's kind of messed up. You air this dude out like that."
Especially with him being who he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's kind of foul, dude. Like you, but he had to pivot his case because now he's trying to say, he's saying if he's this vigilante that has gone out to help people, how can he have killed a cop? At which point you had several witnesses saying, "Yeah, the white tiger, he saved me. Our car caught on fire, and this guy came out of nowhere." Several cops have said, "This man saved us. He helped us out. He helped us apprehend somebody." So it made him look. He's not the careless vigilante. He's not the Punisher.
But from a lawyer standpoint, he tainted the jury. I was like, from a lawyer standpoint, you kind of pulled a foul card.
He said it. It's a hell of a play, but it worked. So Laney, we didn't get your point of view. What did you think from episodes 2 up until the point of them talking about him being White Tiger?
I mean, like I said, I really, first of all, actually getting the witness who folded to there, I was scared. I actually thought he was going to be in that van. So when he wasn't, I was like, I literally held my breath, but I digress. First off, that beating was brutal.
And deserved.
And that's the only way that I just was like, I held on to it because I'm usually not that person. I sometimes looked away when Punisher did his thing because I'm just like, it's a little bit too realistic for me. I even just saw Invincible, the season finale, and that was crazy. But this is peak of what we need right now as catharsis, first of all, because it just brings everything. It just makes the noise of whatever is going on outside go away. I wish Daredevil actually was in real life right now because sometimes we need him.
Hey, Frank Castle, got a job for you.
And this is why the Punisher is necessary.
But I really did like the court case. I thought that him actually twisting and not testifying or saying that, oh, I'm just gonna act like I don't know what you're talking about, and then again, like you said, having him go as a white tiger, I thought that was really genius. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to say something, but then it goes into the last part of the episode that I always talk about. Well, we didn't talk about it yet, so I'm gonna shut up for that.
So, last part of it. So, obviously, Hector is found innocent of all charges. But before he's found innocent, there is a line that Matt tells the one cop who he gave a black eye to. Like, he whooped your ass the night before, and he getting your ass on the stand. This is funny because he says, "Officer such and such." He said, "I understand you have a black eye." He's like, "All right, it's all right." He says, "Well, I heard the cure to having a black eye is having fast hands." And I'm like, shit.
Wow.
I ain't never seen one person want to fire on a blind man so bad, but it's like,
bruh.
So Matt got bars on top of that.
Matt talk cash shit for real though.
He wasn't wrong though.
No,
nope.
Not at all.
It's like all you can do, you can just sit in the audience and be like, he's got a point. He ain't wrong. So he said that it took me a minute to come down because I laughed out loud at that. I cackled at that one. Like, That's a your ass kid. So once that's done, Hector is found innocent. Now he's told that he can't go out dressed as White Tiger again. He can't do it.
And what does he do?
And
Right.
Sure as fire.
We already know the answer to that question.
He does it. And he's out, he's doing his patrol, he hears a woman scream. He obviously went to go help her because it looked like the scene was a little different. And then as he's jogging to wherever he's going off, and he stops and takes a light walk, somebody just steps out of the shadows. Pop! One to the side of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And as that person is walking towards the camera, they have a Punisher vest on.
Do not believe it at all.
No, I don't believe it. My wife was like, "Why would?" And I'm like, "That ain't Frank. That ain't his MO.
Not a
That
day.
That ain't."
Yeah.
Hey.
I had to say the same thing in my household. It's not Frank. And and my son, and I love, this is the proud moment I have when my sons do something. And I just have this proud moment. My son goes, "No, because the Punisher already sat there and said to these cops, if you ever do this shit, you're going to get fucking dead."
He said that?
Now I had to stop myself because he's 12.
Did you add words into his exclamation? Did you add words, Father?
No, because he had because I'll give him credit because he sat there and said, "Well, Dad showed me in the comic where the Punisher was talking about, because I had this report. Remember that police report about those Punishers on cops I did in school?" My wife's like, "I didn't do that." I was like, "Shh. Well, we all have to be in trouble tonight." So anyway, long story short, he references the comic to where Punisher gets approached by cops. Cops are saying, "Oh no, we believe half the police force hates you, but the rest of us, no, we love you. We have your insignia on our jackets, on our vests, on our police cars." Of course, Frank's like, "Rip shit up. You guys are not me. You guys swore to hold the law. You guys swore to protect and serve. I didn't do that. So if I ever catch you, trying to be me, I will take you out. You want an idol? Go to Captain America." So
exactly.
But my son decided to sit there and say the other part. But no, I was proud of him, not of the choice of words, but he understood. He's like, "No, this isn't going to be Frank." And he said, "The next episode, Frank finna come up. Frank finna just lose it," to where my wife is still confused to this day.
And you're right. Like when it happened, literally, I was like, "Oh, but that ain't Frank." And I was just like, that's the first thing I said. Like, wasn't expecting it, but that ain't him. And that's all I said. They're going to have this anti-vigilante task force.
And the funny part is, when I went, if you actually go back, you see the cop that actually has the Punisher tattoo on his neck and on his wrist.
I think a couple of them have a tattoo.
Yeah,
I don't think it's just that person.
Oh, it's gonna wind up being. It's where I love where they're gonna. This is the part where they take from Devil's Reign. I like is where they take this NYPD section that they call themselves the Punisher unit, just because you can identify them by their tattoos. Which I'm kind of hoping they do add this in the series, because if they do, Frank gonna have a good old time.
They are working on a Punisher. I don't want to say special, but they are working on a Punisher. I don't even want to say series.
It's a special.
And let's just say, like, oh, we need some Franks right now.
You thought Moon Knight was twisted. Frank makes Moon Knight look well adjusted.
This is going to already. This show has just in 3 episodes has managed to say we're back. Well, 4 now, but we're back. You have nothing to worry about, and enjoy the ride. Like everybody's coming back at this point. Well, you already got John Baratheon all coming back as Punisher. They said Kristen Renner has been. They're filming season 2 now.
This is why I say all the Defenders are back.
Yeah,
every one of them, including Mr. Jones himself, have all went radio silent, which means that NDAs have been signed.
Also, ran into him a couple of weeks ago.
See, really, Kira?
Milk Chocolate Thunder, yeah, baby.
Doggone it, Laney, stop it.
I'm gonna like us anyway, so it don't matter.
I was walking up, I said, Mr. Coulter, and he stopped, and I said, oh, look at you. How are you doing? Oh my God.
You did it like that?
I can see Kira doing that.
Yes.
Maybe a little less hair flippage, but yeah, no. I said, hello, Mr. Coulter. Hello.
I know that was that was match flippage right there. That was hair.
Yeah, that she was flipping that hair. You can already tell.
Leave it to my second in command that come across anyone in the grand old city of New York.
The most random of occurrences. God, he's so
Yes.
He cleaned up good. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. Now immediately, milk dud, beard, Coulter.
Great. He's not that underground. He's done other stuff.
No, he's done other stuff, but you know, people
in the West Village, ain't nobody looking for that black man. Ain't nobody looking for that black man. I promise you. I assure
you. If you run into anyone else in that particular universe, that will solidify everything.
Yeah. Oh, we know defenders are going to be coming back in some way. Look,
she's thinking, did I run into Kristen Ritter?
Did you run into anybody else?
No, she's gonna be uptown. I'll never see her. I'll never see her down there. She'll be closer to Daredevil's area if anything, but she don't need to be down there. She don't need to be down there.
I was gonna say if you run into two more, that just solidified.
I mean, they have mentioned Harlem's Paradise on Daredevil, like as a poster, so it's not like it does exist.
Hopefully Danny Rand will actually act like Iron Fist instead of Danny Rand acting like a high school kid.
It doesn't have to be Danny.
Again, has they contacted Donnie Yen, Sammo Hung, Jet Li? I mean, the man is still kicking, but he can still teach. That's all I'm saying.
Hell, so can Jackie.
Jackie Chan will teach. I'm just pointing out, actual martial artists you could
I'm going to just put this out there. Finn Jones, you have the look. You did not train. You failed this city.
Wow.
Don't do that.
However,
don't do that.
Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
However, if there is a second chance on board for you, you need to contact any of those individuals we just mentioned, because damn it,
you're supposed to be
call Kiwai Kwan. Call him up. Anybody.
I know outside of Shang-Chi, you're supposed to be the strongest martial artist in the MCU. Arguably.
Simeon Yu is a martial artist.
Yeah.
You would never know that from Netflix. Okay.
You're arguably in the MCU, because there's always a debate who's the better martial artist between him and Shang-Chi. That's the argument. Who is the best martial artist in MCU? Yes. It always comes down to those two.
That's because Netflix don't give a damn.
And the thing is, Shang-Chi is the master of Kung Fu.
Yup.
Danny Rand is just the immortal Iron Fist. There's a difference. Shang-Chi can fight. You give him a weapon. He's a living weapon.
And he doesn't even have the divine weapons or the 10 rings.
Nope.
That tells you a lot. This man was bad without the divine weapons.
Exactly.
So he's like he is a living, breathing weapon. Danny Rand just happened to learn Kung Fu and master a certain style.
You just happen to sneak attack a dragon. That's all that is. You sneak attack a dragon in God's powers.
That's it. Like, you can fight, and you've learned some stuff along the way, but you are not the master of Kung Fu. That's why Shang-Chi has that title, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu.
But we are asking, Mr. Jones, please do not let your co-stars usurp you. Although Daughters of the Dragon, that should have been a series on its own. It really should have. But just saying, not everybody else in your own show.
Feige, you still have an opportunity to get those ladies back in there, please.
Misty Knight's still available. That's all I'm saying. She's still available.
Please give us a Daughters of the Dragon. If you give us,
We don't ask for a whole lot, damn it. Just give us some shit, please.
We don't even bully you like Snyder fans. We ask nicely.
Yeah. Do like you've done it with everyone and call them up. Just say, hey, what are you doing right now? You busy? Good. Tell you what, want to come back?
I mean, bring back the Purple Man. Bring back David Tennant as the Purple Man. You can do it.
Which would be absolute fire too.
Yeah.
He's just doing radio versions of Doctor Who. I'm sure he's available.
Even Nuke. You can bring back Nuke. I mean, Chicago Fire's still going on, but he's got a break. Chicago Fire doesn't play all the time. He got a break.
No. So, just from what we've seen so far, though, this show is back to form. Like it never lost a step. Vincent D'Onofrio has stated that he's glad that they went back and kind of continued from the original run, because he's because just like you bring back the original cast and then you do a totally different thing separate of whatever, it doesn't make sense. He's glad that they went back to form and said, no, just continue. It's another adventure. Even though this is a season 1, quote unquote, it's another adventure. One thing I read in an article recently about, I think it was a TikTok, and these were a hot take. It was a hot take, and I was like, no, that's not really a hot take. And they were talking about comic book characters who consistently had really good runs.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil is one of them.
Yeah.
I can't name a run under any writer where it was a bad run. Look, even Spartan. Look, I can't think. Spider-Man has had a couple writers who didn't really get it. Captain America, the same thing.
Spider-Man at this point. They just have an unwritten rule about Spider-Man. He has to have a tragic story. This man cannot have a simple story to where he has a happy ending. Even currently, right now, it's like, let's put this man through every sort of unimaginable hell humanly possible, and don't let him die.
Nah, that's
what I noticed,
it's way too easy.
What they stated is that in Daredevil's books, any title, any run, they have a perfect blend of that human emotion, that humility, that fighting against your darker half,
Shadowland.
Everything that you're it's gritty. It's crime noir, and I'm like, this hits every single time. And I was like, I had to text the person. I said, that's not a hot take. That's truth. Like, dude,
I mean, especially when he was the leader of the fist, when Punisher was leader of the hand, the beast of the hand. Yeah. And that little nice run where he just basically made Walker, you took the shield from Walker and Walker goes, not again.
Walker is going to be the whipping boy of the Marvel universe.
Please. Please.
But yeah, that Daredevil runs have been in comics have been absolutely amazing. I can drop off and come back, and I'm like, it doesn't even matter who the writer is. I'm like, this is good. Like, it's just well done. So and it's just one of the few characters, like, it's not, oh, I want to write this character, or I want to write this character, and your style is different. It's like Dan Slott's run on Fantastic Four is a good run, but who is it? I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name right now because it's escaping me. But he had a fantastic when Johnny Storm dies.
Oh, damn it! I know you're talking about. The name escapes me right now.
Yeah, that entire run is fantastic, and I'm no pun intended. That's a great run. If you ever see that, if you ever get a chance to read that run, but yeah, Zdarsky, Frank Miller. I'm trying to think of some other ones in between there. They have, right.
Tom King's not bad either, but
Tom King's run was actually pretty immaculate.
Yeah. Exactly. He said Frank Miller wrote Daredevil to a body melodrama, great crime noir, and he delivered. Yes, he did. That is probably one of my favorite runs of Daredevil, because it's dark. Turk. Just every time you turn around, this man is getting thrown through a plate glass window. I'm like, dude, every time. Like,
that's his
Hickman.
name.
Hickman's run on Fantastic Four is beautiful. He had a beginning, a middle, and the end, and he told it. And he made Peter Parker uncomfortable in a couple of situations too, and that was hilarious.
Hey, you go to Wakanda trying to culture appropriate. Well, you brought that on yourself, sir.
I always say, I'm like, Pete, I get it. It's Wakanda. It's very easy. It's shea butter, the black skin, the oils. I get it. It's intoxicating.
And yet the child did not sense something wrong. I was like, I'm sorry about what? Oh, nothing.
You know who else had a pretty decent run? Charles Soule.
Yes.
Charles Soule, because that was probably one of the most interesting runs because they even established a court precedence about superheroes testifying without divulging their secret identity. I said that has never been done in comics.
Exactly.
It's freaking brilliant. I dig that.
That's why it's really hard when you say who's a better writer when it comes to Daredevil. It's really hard to say. They're great runs.
All of them are phenomenal. You can't really put one against the other.
Yeah, you can say something that's a favorite of yours, but to say one is better than the other, it's impossible.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult. That's kind of difficult.
I wouldn't bother. Shape Zdarsky. I wouldn't bother. Not at all. I wouldn't bother at all. Mark Waid. I wouldn't bother doing that at all. No, not at all.
You sit back. You can pull up any run and sit back and be like, yeah, this is good. And then take a break and then come back as a different writer and you're like, damn, this is really good. It's like,
yeah, I will say it worked in Daredevil, not so much in Spider-Man, but yeah.
I think with Marvel, when they're bringing their products to the screen, it's always going to be a 50-50. We've seen successes, we've seen failures. Successes being, Daredevil, anything on that's worth a damn on Disney. And on the other hand, you have some that are not quite worth a damn. They put them on cinematic, Kraven the Hunter, and we are still trying to get over that.
So,
but it's always going to be a dice roll.
I actually watched.
Netflix right now.
I watched that film real quick. I watched Kraven the Hunter just recently, and as I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, had this not been attached to any hero that we know,
I was waiting for you to say that.
This would not be bad. But it's the fan in me that can't if you were trying to attach this film to this Spider-Man mythos, the film is actually decent.
It's basically if you take away the Spider-Man, it's basically hard target for 2025.
The stigma is that they're making movies of characters who are affiliated with a specific hero, but they can't feature that specific hero, so people are lost.
And it's because all I can say, my wife liked it, and all I can say is now take that character who is obviously a hunter of men, right? Why would he have a thing against Spider-Man, who has a known history of saving people? And there's records of that, despite what J. Jonah Jameson says. Why would he have a villain? Why would his villain arc start there? It doesn't make sense. And that was the part that the fan of me was like, that doesn't rap. Venom, I get. It's like,
but the thing about Kraven though is the same thing. It missed the Kingpin. Who contracted? Who actually? Because it's where Sony once again tries to make a movie about a villain, trying to make the villain to be a hero. It doesn't for the fourth time. It doesn't work. It doesn't. You can give Kraven the Hunter all the best kill shots. You can bring Rhino and try to give him the actual comic book depiction of Rhino, which really was freaking messed up. But it doesn't work. because you went so far away from the character and how they're introduced
Mm-hmm.
to where you said, we're going to introduce it this way, not realizing that comic book people aren't dumb. We love a good story. The story makes.
If you just said this was a straight out action film, not based in any kind of superhero world whatsoever, it's a good watch.
I'm laughing because comic fans will scream at the screen during a movie.
I had to take those blinders off, but it was still those moments where you're just like, this is good. However, it was just that, how?
You try to introduce that universe, which again, I always thought was funny, where every time I go back to Morbius and it's Morbing time, it's like, Jared Leto had fun with it. I'll give him that.
You're right. It's Craven, Morbius, and Madam Web doesn't work without Spider-Man.
Ding ding.
Hell, Morbius doesn't work without Spider-Man or Blade.
Right. And you could have introduced Blade. You could have had a Blade character in Morbius where they literally saw each other, and Blade could have the shorts cameo, like, I'm gonna get your ass later, right? As he chases off somebody else. That right there would have been
Morbius was supposed to be in a deleted scene. Morbius was supposed to be at the end of the first Blade film.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was standing. He was supposed to be standing on a building.
Mm-hmm.
Some away from it. You've seen him, like not face up front, but you've seen him, and that was supposed to lead to part 2, and it just never came to fruition. So,
but you gave us Blade 2 wasn't bad, but
Blade 2 wasn't bad. No, Blade 2.
Yeah,
he had the opportunity to introduce the Midnight Suns
properly.
He had the properly. You could have introduced all 3 of them because what Ryan Reynolds was already playing Hannibal Smith.
Yep.
And we already had Blade. We could have brought in Ghost Rider properly, and people would have been like, who the hell is this? This is what it's all about. This would have been brilliant. So to break them off into their own separate properties would have been a genius move. But they let Glenn into the boardroom again. I keep telling y'all, get rid of this nigga. This dude don't like people. He don't like nothing.
Glenn is over at Warner Brothers tearing it up over there. Glenn is just all over the place.
Y'all need to get rid of Glenn and let him go work at Whataburger. That's what you need to do.
Ooh, no.
Put him at a fast food restaurant.
No.
Oh my God.
Taco Bell. Put him at Taco Bell. Just don't put him through the drive-thru. No one likes him.
Taco Bell at drive-thru.
I'm just saying.
So it's that special time.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
As we go ahead and jump the ship and get ready for another day of this week.
Hang on, Cap. You sound like you're underwater.
He's underwater.
Every time.
Sir.
All right, you're good now.
If you want to talk to Namor, that's fine. Just
Here it is.
let us know you're going to bounce out.
Me and him gonna have words. You need to be bothering Susan Richards and not me. So, Lady Mandalore, talk to the people. Let them know where you're at.
Hi. Wow, that's big. Hi. I am Lady Mandalore.
Pause.
Serious
pause. That one.
Okay, let me stop.
We love you, boo.
Kisses on the forehead. Kisses.
You can find me at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays on YouTube and Twitch, where me and the lovely Navy Montel talk about indie comics and why you should read them because they're good for you. They're full of vitamin D. Ha! Now you guys can do.
Pause.
We can say pause, but I'm sorry. That first shot was good enough.
Nah. Maybe you should have got the kids on the forehead for a pause. For real.
Good God.
Oh my God.
Pick
We
up
still
your.
love you, though.
I hate y'all. Pick up the latest issue of Pepper Piper Monster Hunter. They're up to issue number 2. Number 3 is also coming out sooner than it took, I think, for them to do issue 2. I could be wrong about that, but whatever. Also, yeah, voice acting is a thing. You can find my stuff on TikTok still. And I plan on doing more. And see you guys Sunday.
Yeah.
Yay!
Brianna Horror. Talk to the people.
Woo!
I am from Geek by Heart. Me and my husband run Geek by Heart. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on IG. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on those three. And you will see me tomorrow as I am starting my final part of Echoes of Wisdom. I think I'm gonna do Little Monsters, Little Nightmares next. In between. So when it should be about 5 hours, so maybe 2 streams. So, then we can go into South of Midnight. So I'm really excited about that. Doing it like on a Friday. I could be doing it on a Wednesday at 7:30 and on a Sunday at 5:30. And you'll see Kira on Fridays as well. And Jay's also going. I've been saying that one day he's gonna get actually up on there and do Gears of War 5. So when he really do it, y'all gonna see it. Hopefully this Friday.
Let that man live.
Right.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Right. Navy.
Huh? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is I, Navy Montel, your frosted bearded blurticorn here. I am somewhat recovered from all the shenanigans. If you want to know what the crap I'm doing, you can join us on Sundays at 7 p.m. with the lovely Lady Mandalore on Room Full of Blood as we talk about comics, independent, made by melanated royalty such as us. And we'll talk about anything else that comes to mind because we're all over the place most of the time. And with this fantabulously beautiful crew, every single Tuesday and Thursday, unless my job has me working elsewhere, there's not much I can do about that. And I will be at... I have been requested to be at AwesomeCon next month to work with the with Eric Suggs and the Artway Alliance. So I will be a part of that. It is a project that focuses on bringing art to children. So I am looking forward to doing it again. This will be my second year doing it, and I'm looking forward to that. Those who came to BlurCon, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had a blast. We had a good time putting it on, and we all survived. Janelle Monáe has now made us one of her favorite conventions. So.
And you want to,
and the Reverend has picked up another disciple.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. I did what I was supposed to do. It was a mission accomplished, and she was quite gracious. She was an absolute sweetheart. Very short. So
watch your mouth.
Hey. I wouldn't talk about you there, morsel.
We're the same height, hooker.
Wouldn't talk about you.
Just
hey.
Getting hit by the New York rib tip. See how I get treated?
Edward Elric on the side there, just how you directed at you.
Concentrated energy.
Her transmutation circle's broken. That's why she's acting like this. So that's fine.
Eat a dick.
If I
eat a dick.
You see, that's what happens. See, because you're in the middle of eating it. That's why you tell someone else to do it. Ain't no pause.
Thank you.
Choke progressively, ladies and gentlemen.
But care.
I'm on. But you know, a little more on a serious note, I want everyone to understand that even though you have limitations, do not limit what you want to achieve. We all go through things every day. We know how far we can push ourselves. We know how far we can go. But those limitations should not limit how far your ambitions go, what you want to achieve, what you want to be out there, who you want to meet up with, who you want to connect with. So don't let one influence the other or let one overrun or overwhelm the other, because you could be missing out on an opportunity that could be life-changing. And that way your limitations will continue to, the sky will be the limit on that. So make sure you lift each other up, support each other, especially in the melanated space as content creators. Get away from the drama, start being more positive, and we can have so much more magic on the floor. Okay? Enough being said.
Oh yeah. I was gonna do it, but I was like, nah, he went serious. I was like, he went serious.
You should have did it. You should have did it. There was dick eating and everything. You should have did it.
I was like,
There you go. I got to give you a better picture.
it just you know,
no, don't
when
get
you know, when Navy speaks, we got to give him his moment. It's like he gets up there and it's like we just don't do the invitation song afterwards. That's all. I'm messing up on collecting, although he did collect Janelle Monáe. Anyway,
wow.
Sir. I got the picture now. I'm going to use it every chance I get. Black_Spartan615 is where you can find me, guys, on the socials. Shows are still going on. How the Frack We Got here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Why? Because someone's got to cover all these Teslas getting burned down and electric stations on fire. We do not encourage arson, but we understand. At the same time, every Friday, me, Tafari, and Joe are covering the latest game stuff out on Give It Podcast because, of course, Bleach, Rebirth of Souls, and I know there's another game I'm messing up on that's coming out. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows. So if you don't want to play the ninja like me and you're going to go full-on samurai and destroy everything, welcome. Outside of that, guys, podcasts can be found where they can be seen or heard. Please check out the blurredseyeview.org website as our usual mayhem, our chaos demon usually updates it from there. Pretty much what Navy said, guys. Please take a moment out for yourselves. Check on your strong folks. Do something for your peace. Don't doom scroll and try to follow everything that the guy in the orange toupee at 1600 Pitts Avenue does. Find your peace, protect it, and protect yourselves. Again, the con rule still applies, guys. Again, respect cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. Wash your ass. I got kids now. Kids are walking petri dishes, and my kids, if they get sick and I get sick. And again, guys, we trying to cut down on flu season here. And if I find out you got me sick through my kids, I'm whooping your ass. And the last rule I have for myself is I have for everybody else, guys. In a world that is cold, which you guys should know all about by now. Be nice, be kind, talk and share your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Right. And yours truly is back on the stage. Here we are, your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for everybody tuning in, having fun, having some laughs. Thank you to this amazing crew, because you can only catch them all here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Twitch. Streaming to come soon. Patreon to come soon. We got things to do and places to be. And as we're coming off the back end of BlurCon, where once again Blurred Station was another presence doing the live stream for 3 days and successful at that. If you want us at your convention, reach out to Blurred Station, to myself, Demetrius Holt, and Kevin Murphy, and we can start talking and get some things set up. Give us time
and money.
Yeah. Because we charge now.
And attention.
We need time and money and everything. It's not easy out here. But thank you, everybody, for checking in, having fun, checking us out. You never know what we can do next. You never know what's next. The private chat is going crazy. I have not looked at it. But check us out Thursday. Don't know what we're talking about, actually. I didn't think about it. We might be talking about episode 4.
Episode number 4. Oh, yeah. we need to talk about episode number 4 because I've been watching it and it's really good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going straight to it after this. So
fine, I'll get caught up.
As I do with every show, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I am Chris Fury. Check this crew out. You can check us out everywhere. Oh, wait, yeah. Here we go. Right there.
I was going to say.
Yeah, check this crew out everywhere. You know, all the places. Check us out at Blurred's Eyeview on IG. Drop a DM if you are trying to be a guest. Got a project? Kickstarter? Come see us. We tend to have the Buddha effect over here. Now, if we can only do that for our own accounts.
Not the Buddha effect, Lord have mercy.
So, until then, we will see you guys Thursday talking about Daredevil episode 4 and some other nerdy stuff that's been going on in the nerd culture, in the nerd universe, in the nerd sphere with the dopest blurs that you know. There it is. That was timing.
Y'all needs Apple background.
I'll just stick with my PC.
Right.
It doesn't work on my Mac.
Don't feel bad, baby. Not me neither.
We will see you guys Thursday. We're out.